Alright, so I apologize for the abrupt ending to the previous video. Ran out of memory on the computer. Okay, so after some deletions and so on and so forth, fortunately it came at a good moment when I was going to have to pause it anyways. So I apologize. This is going to be part 4 and 4A. Here we go. Okay, and so yeah, so here we go. We got a little oozy on the glue here. And nobody's going to notice that, I hope. There, get your fingers out of there, Kev. There, now you did something else, didn't you? There we go. That should take away any blemishes. And there we go. Alright, disaster averted. That looks pretty perfect to me. No smudges. Sorry, I'll turn this off. I get to see better when I turn that off. Okay. There we go. So, yeah, so there it is. Bright, shiny, no smudges, no blemishes. There we go. Okay, so, next. Next is the grill. The front grill. And we won't need the PVA for that. Okay. Okay, so again, I'm going to pause the video while I snip this off, and we'll go from there. Now, here's something I learned when I first saw this, and you'll if you watch the earlier videos, you'll notice it. When I first saw this, I thought these were the gnarliest sprue connectors you could have. I mean, like, see, I mean, like, that's flat, right? Okay, and it's chrome. So usually any damage you do to chrome, or if you have to scrape it, now it's on the bottom, I know, it's not a big deal, which is also pretty smart. So, but then I found they don't ask you to cut at all. It goes like this. You just very gently work it. Until it just pulls off. And there. Can you see where those connections were? I mean, I can, but I'm sure not going to notice it when I'm looking up, even when I'm looking up there. So yeah, that's a little bit of brilliance. So I'm not even going to touch that. They came off just, well, maybe a little bit. Just because I'd rather have the smooth edge than the... And I can silver this up. There, so there you go. But that eliminates the risk of damaging the chromed plastic. And I don't know if I'm 100% happy with that. I think I might want to wash it up and go back to all chrome. But we'll see. Okay, so that gets set aside here. And again, we do a test fit. And see how it goes. We've got our little bulldog. Hey, bulldog. There you go. Got our little bulldog. Oh, speaking of our bulldog. See what I did? See what I did on the back of the mirrors? I painted up the bulldog in red. And I think it looks pretty darn good. Or they look pretty darn good. And believe me, it's not easy to make a bulldog look good. Okay, so enough of that. So here we go. This should... Okay, so this isn't really flushing up, but maybe because usually you flush things down. Sorry. But here, it's not coming up 100% flush, but it's given depth to these recessed lights. So I'm not upset. Okay, but again, we're going to need to trim up some chrome stuff, and so I'm going to pause while I do that, and we'll be right back. Okay, so we're finished with that. I don't know if you can see where I've scraped off those bits there. And, you know, for this, it doesn't have to be 100%. You know, this isn't going to be the kind of thing that you're going to be picking up and moving around, and driving around, and doing all that kind of stuff with. It's not wargaming, and not well, I suppose if a child wanted to play with it, they'd be more than welcome to. But for things like this, anyways, yeah. So I got the lights silvered up as well. I mentioned that before, and when I'm all done, I'll put clear gloss to give them some more depth. I also scored out the detail of the headlamps. At that time, it was like a grid. You know, they weren't the kind of headlamps that we have now. The glass part was a grid to both focus the light and to focus the light. I think there was another reason, something about safety. I tell you, I used to, I'm going to digress a little bit here. We're only 10 minutes in to this second video. Used to live in California, and at one point I was working in Marin County, across the Golden Gate Bridge from San Francisco, and my wife was working down in LA. And I'd go down every other week, because it was a long drive, over 400 miles. So anyways, blah, 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 blah. Anyways, the way the schedules worked out, that I would often have to leave at 11 o'clock or midnight, and drive from LA all the way up Interstate 5, and through San Francisco to get back to my job at in Marin County in time for work. And maybe a bit of a wash up and some breakfast. I tell you, that first day back was no fun. Drive all night and work all day. Yeah, isn't there a song about that? Anyways, so but we survived. So anyways, enough about that. So here we go. I'm going to put this on the chrome part. Again, being really careful. And I'm only going to put it on a... there. And get the little bulldog up in there. There we go. Now, I think we are going to do... I'm not going to force anything, but I'm going to put pins here and pins there. And that's not going to do. Can we get away with this one? Careful, don't scratch the... not that that can't be fixed. Okay, so we got our little bulldog going up there. He's okay. And we're just going to set this aside for a minute or two. Let it set up a bit. And see what's next in store. Your turn will come. Alright folks, so actually we're going to take a little pause here while that just sets up for a couple minutes. Alright, so we can do a couple more things here while we're doing that. We're waiting for that. We've got the air filter here. And Steve, you missed another one. I didn't have to put little black marks here because there's a chrome piece that goes on top. Yeah. Excuse me. And so we will so yeah, we already jumped ahead and we did that. I should have checked that off, but I didn't. We've done this. We're going to weight on this. We've assembled this, and we're going to install this now. And you know, some of these parts are so good. They're so tight. You know, you could always almost do it as a snap together. Okay, so let's see how we can get this to work. This part's supposed to go up. This part's supposed to go in, and this part's supposed to go in. So let's see how we do here. There she goes. Go with that. Okay, that's in there all nice and snug, and you can hardly see any gap there at all. There's a little tiny one right there. I might putty that up from underneath and do something about it. But as it is, it's all right. Okay, and so we've got that. And next we've got the exhaust and muffler. And, you know, I thought about, you know, putting little pinpricks in here, and no, I'm not going to do that. Okay. There's fun, and then there's, well, yeah. And here we go. We take this off. There we go. And then I'm afraid we're going to have a 4B here, because now it's supper time, and my wife gets hangry sometimes. Okay. All right. Okay. So we've got that. Well, okay. It's all right. Well, okay. It's all right. Now, this kind of sucks. No, it doesn't suck. It's pretty smart. Okay, so this goes in here. Hear that? Yeah. No reason even to cement it. And yeah, that's why you don't see the back of it. So, oh, very nice. And now these guys should be good. The Revell cement sets up pretty quickly and pretty well. So I wouldn't use it if it didn't. Alright, and we got these. That's for the next show. And oh yeah, there we go. We got the high bumper, and again, we've got this just pull off. Okay, and so yeah, so we've got this this bumper going on here, and I don't know if you can see underneath the pins. Let me move back a bit. Can you see those little circles? Yeah, those are ejection pin marks, and those are caused by the things that push out the plastic after it's been molded. So they're a necessary thing, and you know, it goes to you know, how much thought has been put into the engineering about where they are, and so if they're in an obvious place, that's not good. Come on. And we need some more clamp time here. Okay, so I'm gonna stop it there, and we'll come back for the next time. Because yeah, this really needs to be clamped on and set properly. Okay, so thanks for joining me. Sorry I've had to split this into 3, but that's the way it is. Okay, thanks again, and they'll all be on the same playlist. So thanks again to everyone. Really appreciate your time, and getting excited to get near the end of the build here. It's going to turn out good. I'm going to be pretty happy, I think. So thanks again, and we'll see you in the next one.